I just really want a lot more, you know, peace, and I just want a lot more.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your man, Jamil Muhammad. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again to another video. Today we got my brother Kimante here to speak with you all, share some pieces of wisdom. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Alright, well, brother Kimante, how y'all doing? Owner of Creative Universe Company. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. He's actually in the city right now, so we tapping in with each other.
Sure.
I'll be in Chicago next, and we'll be doing it in Chicago next. But yeah, just a young brother out of Atlanta. Grew up. I think I say I grew up in the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, so that's always a blessing. I always had that as my backbone. Very interested into business. I think the teachers actually helped me get into it as well, just with the do for self mantra. And as of right now, I have a couple of ventures going on with my vending machine company, with my clothing business with Creative Universe. What else? The podcast that we have going. We have a community that we're trying to build as well. So these are just some things I want to talk about. So yeah.
What's that? Yeah. So I guess we get into the first question. First thing I want to know, I want you to let the people know is, what are you looking forward to for this new year?
Wow. Okay. For this new year, and I'm about to sound cliche off the rip, I just really want a lot more, you know, peace.
It's still flashing, but I mean,
is it gonna kind of mess with it or something?
Not really. It's gonna. You can see it back there, but it ain't distracting.
Okay.
Okay.
But what was I saying? I feel like the reason why people are able to be a personality online is because they have a lot in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you was giving out all of you online, I don't think that would be sustainable long term. And I think that a lot of people that don't give up, aren't very what's the word, like very loud online, or talking about what they're doing online, or just being more vocal. Yeah, being very vocal online. Typically, it's because either don't have anything to say. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the personality for it. So yeah.
I think for some people, they really have to find it in their mind, like, what I'm about to say here is important.
Yeah.
So let me just go ahead and say it. And then I think one thing Gary Vee always says is, don't judge yourself. Because we sit around and judge ourselves, like, man, ain't nobody gonna listen to this, ain't nobody gonna understand what I'm saying, or
with that mindset,
I might seem lame, blah, blah.
Right.
Now I don't care about any of that. I just, you just gotta put it out, regardless. Like, you think I'm silly, or you think I'm some militant dude, like, you never really know, you know?
Right.
Just put it out. Don't judge yourself, just let it be, and it's gonna flourish.
For sure.
For sure.
And I think that, I don't know, I think in life you have to wear different hats. Like, you really do. Like, you have to be able to take on different roles and at different points in your life. There's a lot going on outside right now.
Yeah.
On the side.
They just ain't, they not trying to let us be great, bro.
Yeah. Is this like a facade? Like, I thought they said there was nothing going on. Why you got the whole force out?
I think they have to. It's probably procedure.
Oh, they can't call them and be like, hey, come back. Like,
I think they got it.
I mean, not coming back.
I think fire department has $100 off. They don't have it.
Oh, it's one of them type of situations. Okay.
So if y'all see the flash in the background, it's because somebody pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah. We're not trying to, like, you know, we're not in the hood, nothing like that. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna dig in a little bit. You know, what are you expecting from this year? You know.
Man, consistency and just staying on, like, I don't typically set new goals. I just refine the ones I'm already working on, especially like the long-term ones. I do have new goals, so I mean, I definitely plan to be more consistent, putting out more content and featuring more people.
Do you have any content aspiration goals, or like, do you have any type of feats you want to, you know, get to in the content realm?
Man, I definitely want to hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I at least want to get to 5,000 subscribers on Instagram.
That's very attainable.
Yeah, so I'm just making it happen. I've been at 22 for a little bit, so
That's how it feels. It be feeling like when you get to a certain, like you start growing and then you get to a certain point, you like, what's up? Like, and then I be feeling like it's hate, but that's just me being, you know, in my own head. But I be feeling like, yo, why every time I post, my follower like, yeah, we about to get to this, it go right back down. I be feeling like that, but maybe that's just me.
Nah, man, it's everywhere. I peeped the same. I didn't even mention it before, but I peeped.
Yeah, why I keep posting my followers like, yeah, I'm about to get the five, and then they be like, nope, no, you're not.
I need on fire. Don't say stuff, man.
And that's a fact. So that's one thing that I noticed. But what I will say, with the type of spirit and type of energy that I strive to bring, I really love that, like, because I know that I'm bringing great energy, and I know for a fact that I wish the best for you, regardless of whatever. Like,
likewise, bro.
Yeah, like I'm never the type of person hating on nobody, like trying to be like, why he winning? What he doing?
Right,
he ain't doing nothing. Like, I be wishing the best for everybody. I don't know you, I still want you to be great. And I think that's the type of contagious behavior you need as a successful individual. You can't be having that hate in your blood thinking you about to be successful.
That's true, and social media promotes what somebody else has. It's like, man, think about everything you got. So I'm thinking about my 22 I got right now. So the money I got in my bank account, I'm thinking about the money, not, oh man, I don't even have $1 million yet. It's like, nah, I got what I got, so I'm gonna just work with it, you know? Yeah. For sure. That's what the artists do, the creators, you know?
Yeah.
Creators work with what you got.
Yeah.
For sure. Alright, man, I've been talking with that thing on my So on to the second question. What do you think limits most people from making drastic change in their life?
Fear. Yeah, I think fear is one of them, you know, most limiting things. And the crazy part about it is it don't even exist. It don't even exist. Like, we be creating these scenarios, or we create these limitations on us, and a lot of the times it doesn't be anything. Like, for real, it be our own, you know, made up, you know, imagery of what we think could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they don't like the way I say this? What if, you know, I slur my words? And what if I'm not the most elegant? You know, just stuff like that. And it's like, bro, just say it how you want to say it. You know, say it with your swag, with your lingo, with your whatever. And guess what? Your crowd gonna cater to that. You know, and I didn't know who were gonna cater to it, but I had to just do it and figure out, oh wow, so you telling me I can be myself? And there's a whole crowd out there that's gonna allow me to be myself and like me for being myself. I don't have to be nobody else. Sign me up. So I think that's one of the things for sure.
Man, that's dope. Especially you talked about fear, man. Talking about things that haven't even happened yet.
Yeah, man.
So people scared and worrying about something that didn't even happen. That's mind blowing to me. Because you're scared about something you're not even experiencing, but you're making it up in your head. Dang, I'm thinking about it. You could make up the opposite. So your victory or your success, the same way you could create fear, is the same way you could create your success.
And that's what everybody that's successful is doing. They're creating that lifestyle that they want to be living in the future. You know, most millionaires already know the car they're going to be driving, already know the house they're going to be living in, already got everything mapped out, you know, and drawn out to a T. You know, and the reason why it's like that is because this is who they're aspiring to be. So they have to have a vision for it. They have to know what it looks like. You have to be in that Benz to know, okay, this is the car that I'm gonna be in when I'm really, you know, when I can't afford it, you know. So like that's very, very important. And I mean, also I think the opposite is don't be around situations or crowds, and if you can help it. I know some people might be in certain environments that they feel like they're stuck in. But if you can help it, and most times you're able to help it if you have legs and you can get out of the situation. Don't be in an environment that you feel like is not productive to your nature, you know, or not productive to what you're trying to do in life, you know. And I know it may be hard. I deal with a friend all the time that hits me up and says like, bro, I gotta get out my environment, bro. I don't see no growth in here, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I can understand where you're coming from, but sometimes you really have to either do one or two things. We talked about drastic change. You got to make a drastic change. You have to either do that or you have to find a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have so many different tools nowadays that like you really can wake up into a bad environment, you know, catch the train if you don't have a car, go into the best environment you want to be, you know, and have a whole different experience, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be stuck anywhere. Like the way life is set up, you don't even have to, you can Uber here, you can Uber there. You don't have to be stuck in an environment, in a household where you feel like, damn, ain't nobody in here, you know, believing in me. Well, get around people that are believing in you. Like, I got hella friends that I would love to do a podcast with. They don't believe in the podcast. Like, they're not believing in that. They're not thinking that's about to do something. But I made a friend over the internet. We came from Chicago, they came to Atlanta. We doing a podcast right now. It's live. Like, you know, it's lit. So, like, that's what I like to see, man. Growth. And sometimes you just gotta believe in yourself more than, like, you gotta believe in yourself so much. Like, you just gotta put all you can in your whole. You gotta just bet it on yourself. You gotta bet the whole ballpark. You gotta bet everything on yourself. It's gonna pay off.
So, man, this man out here spitting facts, man. The camera on fire, man.
Hey, man, turn it up.
That good fire, bro. When the next podcast episode?
When the next, for me?
Yeah.
For me, I want to say very soon, very, very soon. You know, it's a new year that we in. I want to give us new vibes. Actually, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm not saying I'm waiting for it, because I'm not waiting for it. I never waited for it to begin with, so I don't want to say I'm waiting for it now. But a close friend of mine is supposed to be sending me some equipment, like mic equipment and different things like that. He said he has like a few things he want to do to help me improve the setup. So I low key put it on hold for a second, just to, you know, get those things. But, you know, now that you mentioned it, it's a new year. You know, I definitely do want to get the creators involved into what's going on in my life right now. So many things have been changing, evolving. So, you know, since we talked about it, that might be something I put on my to-do list for the week, for sure.
Most definitely. Third question: what are some tips? What are some tools people can use to enhance their creative abilities and creative expressions?
Okay, look, this is a great one. There's so many different things that I'm sure we all thought about from 7 to now, right? I think that if you can remember them, of course, I think we should go back to some of those childlike, imaginative abilities where we was thinking about, you know, like, you know, I always said I wanted to be either a scientist or, like, you know, some type of like cool like mixture of things. So I knew I wanted to be a creative. Like, I knew I just didn't want to be no average person that was working at a job. You know, I ain't no disrespect to nobody that is, but you know, so just going back to my brain and my thinking when I was so young, I knew that I was going to do something powerful, but I just knew that I had to be able to go back to that space I was in as a kid. And it's possible. I definitely believe it's possible. I'll say that for sure.
Sometimes we might not feel like we're making progress, but you are. And the more your mind is thinking about it, the more ideas will come with it. So I remember very frequently I talk about Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor. Earl Nightingale has this series of talks. It's called Direct Line on YouTube. There's like 35 of them. But he gives tips. The main things he says to do is get up real early, maybe an hour before in the morning, get a clean notepad and just write down some creative ideas. And naturally what I've experienced is I'm more creative in that space. Like at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, I drink coffee. So I drink my coffee, man. My creative energy just be on 10 at that point. And then you start your day out with that, the rest of your day is gonna follow that.
I definitely think that you can attest, anybody that's creative and have, you know, any type of, you know, dreams and stuff like that, that's definitely tapping into like that more, you know, childlike mind and just being more youthful and thinking about like dreams and aspirations and, you know, what if life was like this. And a lot of adults don't think like that anymore, you know.
Yep.
A lot of adults abandon that, you know. A lot of adults feel like, what's the real? It's the real world now. I got real bills now. You know, I got real problems now. Like, I don't got time for all that. Thinking about, you know, Martin Luther King dreaming and speak like, oh, you know how we get, you know, that's the people. So it's like, I can reason with it, but I understand also for myself what helped me get to this point, and I do recognize, you know, the level of feats and success that I have came to, because I know many people look at this level as, you know, something. So I know that for me to get here, I knew what it took. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, it's very important to know that, you know, you have to tap into, you know, that imaginative brain. Like, you have to imagine, you have to be creative. You have to, you know, you have to go back to when you was like free on the playground, and you was just thinking about stuff, and you didn't have no wonders about, you know, how am I gonna pay such and such bill? Because that's when you're gonna be able to like figure out, you know, business ideas, and like this, it's gonna be very genuine. You're not forced. You're not trying to, you know, find a way to make extra money. So it's not, you know, a capitalistic mindset attached to it. It's just really just genuine.
What's crazy is when I first started making videos, I was I'll have like little notes, like the bullet points and stuff. Then I stopped doing that. And then I don't know.
Now
I think I might have to go back to taking notes, cause.
Oh wait, so you like the notes?
Nah, but it helps it flow though. So until like most of my videos just extemporaneous, I just get on there and talk. But with the notes, it's a lot more organized. Like, I was looking at my older videos, and it was like more organized, but like I think more conversational tone is the one that just come off straight off the dome.
Yeah, I think that's very relatable, and also some of the best nuggets is there because you're not trying to. That's why I said don't tell me that you're gonna talk about, because I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't want to be thinking about anything, and then I'm like, that didn't sound like I rehearsed it, or I sound like I was gonna say this. But some of the stuff come out from my heart. If it just comes from a genuine place, you feel it. You like, you really mean what you talk about, like, you know. So that's what I've noticed as well from just having genuine conversations. I understand the importance of like having these conversations with people, because as we move into this new world, digital age of like Clubhouse and everything like that, and how like people are welcoming the sight of tuning in to somebody's conversations. And, you know, like just that mindset, you know, is welcoming the podcast game, going to elevate a little bit more, I believe, you know, because of that. It's so many sub apps. Like I'm on an app called Stereo, and it's you know about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on an app called Stereo. It's like a little. It's remind me of Clubhouse a lot, but it's like it's in its own little smaller niche, and I'm able to like get on there and talk how I want to talk. But it's allowing me to realize that like this is where the world is going. People want to hear your opinion and stuff. You could just be in there like people. You might not think you have a valid opinion, but you get to talking and you start realizing, oh wow, people are listening. People are asking me questions. It's very important that I share what I know, what I've gathered, because it's intellectual property, man. It's very valuable.
Literally, like, man, that's what changes life. It's ideas and exchanging them ideas. So I might have something that works for somebody, and then they might have something that works for them. We exchanging them ideas and we both elevate.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's synergistic. And then the more people you have on the same wavelength, they call it the mastermind, you know. Think and grow rich. The mastermind principle. That's when you have a bunch of like-minded individuals. It could be a small group, but as long as y'all on the same page, you'll literally blow up and elevate much quicker than if you all were just doing it individually.
Yeah, I made a tweet saying that like there's no type of like the real wealth is in the collective effort. You know, everything, group operations is how you really get to, you know, wealth. You're not going to get to the wealth by yourself, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately. So that's how I feel as well, you know. So, Muhammad talks about as well, you know, how, you know, group economics. He talks about how, you know, we have to come together with like 9, 7 to 8. You know, 7 to 8 is a real small number, but at the same time, very powerful number as well. You know what I'm saying? 7 is completion. You know, so just stuff like that. You know, learning these type of things allows you to connect them in different worlds. You said, you know, you learned learned about mastermind from the book, but it's also, you know, it's so many different people teaching on similar concepts that for me it just reinforces my own.
I feel like I should incorporate more of the teachings.
Oh, my teachings?
Yeah.
Really?
but like in an indirect fashion. Cause like
You don't
when you say, huh?
You don't want to be like preachy and stuff.
No, I don't. I want to.
Are you with it?
I just want to make it.
I like you, man.
Yeah,
I like it.
I definitely. Cause I just kind of want to not throw people off a little bit, but like,
With people,
what is he gonna say next? Like, you know,
people. Like people don't know you for that. People know you for that.
preaching?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I actually had some friends that I was thinking about pursuing ministry.
Okay.
And it was like, man, I don't think you should do it. I think you should stick to fitness.
Oh wow.
And I know y'all gonna watch this, but I don't care. But I do what I want to do.
But you're interested in ministry, like that's a passion for you.
And what's crazy is my dad told me that teaching is a ministry. Because he's been teaching for years, many different colleges, working with youth for years. That's the reason me and my brother work with youth, doing after school programs, things like that. But that's a ministry in of itself. And I think people look past that. Like, I might not be at a church service preaching the word, but if you're giving life to people, life lessons, it ain't even about what's in the textbook. It's like, can I give you something of value that you could take later on? I still got my students from last year reaching out, man, like, man, thank you so much for teaching me this, blah, blah, blah.
That means whatever you said was powerful enough to stick with them, though. You know what I'm saying? And to really hold weight, and it moved them, for sure. Because it made them remember you. Like, I had teachers, male teachers like that. Those are, by the way, all men need male teachers. That's very important. That's why I like what you're doing, what I strive to do. It's very, very important because we need more male teachers and people that can be, of influence for the youth. Because I know how impactful my first male teacher was for me. Changed my whole life. When I have a strong individual, some people can have it in a father, but everybody, a lot of black, from our background, we might not have our father in our life. So having a strong male teacher in your life can really save you from going down a certain, path. Somebody believing in you. My male teacher made me feel like I was intelligent, Mm-hmm. You can have a female teacher all day tell you smart. When the man, a man, the man, a man not finna sugarcoat it, you know what I'm saying? And he's not saying it because he think you cute or nothing like that. A man is telling you that because either he see potential in you or, he see himself in you, like anything. Like, it's a lot, it resonates for sure. A lot different, it hits different. But, yeah, I just want to say that.
It's vital, and I think, if you're a father and watching this, whether you're a father by blood or through mentorship or some other aspect, it's important to not only show up, but show up consistently. I have one of my teachers from high school, his name is William Collins. I'm still in contact with him to this day. And every time I speak with him, it's a positive word. I wouldn't say necessary, it's more than necessary. It's
vital.
It's vital. It's vital, it's critical, man, to have someone, like, it's not even past high school, like, oh, you graduated, I ain't gotta talk to you no more, I'm just move on. It's like, nah, man, I still got words for you. I still got some blessings to.
It's a bond, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about male teachers though, but great male teachers are the MVPs, man. Great male teachers are the reason why, a lot of males and a lot of, young boys and, adolescents. Just finishing my thought about it, male teachers, I think, it should be some type of fun or some type of community or something, or some type of startup kit, something. It should be something for them. It shouldn't be such a, for one thing I do notice, and I know it's very, very true, there's not a lot of male teachers. I don't even think that people look at teaching as a feminine, occupation, which is weird because, I think that, for one, in the Bible, what was Jesus? You know what I'm saying? So if we using scripture and we're just thinking about just being very logical people here, we can see that this is the importance of having those male teachers and having strong leaders and influences in your life at a young age, and how critical that can be for you, because we all enter a crossroad age. This is all I'm going to say to all my young people out there. that may be at this stage in your life where you at that stage whether you want to choose to do evil or choose to do wrong, and you want to choose to do right, choose to do, right, righteous activities. I think that when you at that fork in the road in life, the people in your life, but more so than that, I think your foundation is what you fall back on. Because I remember me being that fork in the road, or at that point in my life, and I was having outside chat. You're gonna always have the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other. You're gonna always have that, imagery, or have that in your life. But it's not even about that. It's about what your foundation. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's at an early age, rearing them kids in, that, 3rd grade, you know what I'm saying? 4th grade, those are very, very powerful times. You need a male teacher between, I think, man, that's why I don't be against, the all males schools versus the female. Like, you need it.
Hey, shouts out to Morehouse College.
Yeah, I love I love Morehouse, man. Morehouse, man. Some of my best friends, smartest brothers I know. Black, intelligent, successful, powerful, doing stuff. Like, inspirations for me is the Morehouse people that I know. My mentor, a Morehouse man. So like, I love it. They do their thing over there. They going Morehouse. Shout out. But yeah.
Last question I got for you was really a statement, but I want you to let the people know about any tips to keep the energy up for this new year. What are some things I can do to stay motivated? Not even just motivated, but just driven and hungry for whatever that goal may be.
Okay. Tips for the new year to stay motivated, stay driven. The tips are going to be simply, you have to find a purpose. You got to find a purpose. And don't stop at the purpose, because then you have to cultivate it. You have to make sure that, all right, this is it. Okay, cool, this is it. All right, you got to make sure that it's not a phase, because we go through that as well in life, where you think this is your purpose and then it's not your purpose. But nah, the reason why purpose finding is so important, not the cliche answer, but it's important because when you find a purpose to something, it takes away all, self-doubt. It takes away, what if it doesn't work? I think when you find a purpose and you actually find it, it's God-given, and you feel like this is what I'm supposed to be on, you put yourself in a different, road of, success. Your path is a little different. You see a man and when he's guided, you can tell, oh, that brother right there, yeah, he's something, he's different, So like, I think that's why purpose is so important, you know what I'm saying? You can definitely deny your own greatness by just not believing in whatever purpose that you may have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta embrace it too, you know what I'm saying? You might not be, your purpose might not be refined all the way, but through time and just spending more, put more effort and practice with it, you're gonna realize why, God gave me this purpose. You're gonna understand, and when you start impacting people, that's the key right there. That's the nugget. If whatever you're doing, it should impact somebody. You should want to impact somebody. So when you start impacting those people, you start realizing that, oh wow, it's not even about me anymore. You start doing things not from a selfish point of view, but for you looking outward and understanding that it's a little bit bigger than just me. I want to help people. I want to, actually impact lives. You don't even have to you're gonna wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning to do whatever it is.
That's where the value comes in. It's like, we could all be great individuals, and I could do a bunch of things for myself. But if it's not impacting anyone else,
yeah,
what good is it?
What is
it's all vain. So that's literally, it's all for you. But if you can be great and show somebody else how to be great in their own right. So if you got a figure like Jesus, he said, follow me, I am the way. The way to what? To have a certain kind of consciousness towards success, right? So what good would it be if Jesus came and did a bunch of miracles and didn't show nobody how they could be a miracle worker or somebody that could just manifest their greatness? Because he was greatness walking, manifesting. So he talked about the importance of the consciousness and how he was one with the Father. I mean, he was on the same page mentally with the Father. So what good would that be if he just came and, I know turn water to wine is a metaphor, but like if he literally turned water to wine, what good would that serve anybody? No, you have to understand the wisdom and the importance of it. He's breaking all that down with his teachings.
Right.
You know.
And I also think on that Jesus tip, if Jesus never, you know, gave you all the work beforehand, before the miracles, you know, it wouldn't hit it the same, you know what I'm saying? Because you need substance, you know what I'm saying? All the work that Jesus did, you know, it just made his miracles even greater. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel, well, I don't look at it in a spooky way, so for me it just makes it, you know, a lot more real. So just looking at all the time that it takes and the kind of man it takes to be a Jesus-like figure, and then when you see some of the miracles as a, you know, a token of being a Jesus-like figure, for me it makes it worthwhile. Like, I strive to be like Jesus every single day.
What's up?
I want to be like Jesus. Jesus is a man.
Really? I mean,
man. And people might see that blasphemy, but yeah, I got it.
Hey, but he showed, like, he say he's the way.
Yeah. If I don't want to be like Jesus, I want to be like a rapper. I want to be like.
It goes, man, because a lot of the youth, they admire rappers, and that's natural. Like, when I was little, I thought Lil Wayne was dope. But then,
I still like Wayne. I do like Wayne.
You gotta instill in your children or any youth that you influence, is that these people are not qualified to teach you how to live your life.
Now that's something that people don't know though. People don't know that. People don't know that. People don't separate music life or you know, what they do as like that's what they do for a living. That's how they make money. But they're not. Don't listen to them though. On political, they're not nowhere near qualified. They don't have the knowledge. They're not studied. They're not trying to study. They're not. And then if you listen to people like Wayne, they're gonna tell you the same. I'm teaching my kids. I ain't worrying about you. Like, and they might sound like, well, why you not worrying about? You got fans. I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't sound like to be that. He wanted to be a rapper. He's a damn good one, but that's all he's good at. Let him be a good rapper.
Man, it's crazy. He said something about being a role model. He don't want to be a role model. Right. But at the same time, if you know that people are following you, then you should have a certain level of responsibility and realize that level of responsibility and say, like, look, y'all, this is just art. But people want to make the fantasy a reality. And then that turns out to be a nightmare as a result. So if you are a person of great influence, it's your responsibility to also let people know where the boundaries are. Like, this is limits to this. You could express yourself in this way, but that don't mean you have to live your life doing Xans, doing drugs, drinking till you pass out. Like, you don't got to do it. That's promoting death.
Not cool.
And I like what was it, NLE Chopper? He was switching out the type of messages he was putting out. And I noticed my students was, you know, picking up on some of his messages, and it's like, that's a positive aspect of your influence. You know?
I'm peeping out these new ones that's coming out as like one way when they're changing. I think they never was like that. They may have just done that to get, you know, exposed into the music industry, but it was like, I'm gonna trick these guys and I'm gonna get my bag and I'm gonna be the person that I really am. Because it's a lot of convincing. I watched some videos the other day from the singer T. I don't know these people's names, but he sung "Worth It." That song "Worth It." You gotta be worth it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the artist. I don't know his name.
I'm not a big, huge fan of his, but I definitely heard some music, and I heard some of his latest messages. He got I'm sure he got money, but he just traded in all his cars for a Hyundai or whatever, some type of, like, you know, cheaper model. He's telling the kids about how he's trying to invest more. He wants to own stuff. He wants to own, like, talking about barbershops and properties and stuff like that. And just hearing that from my young brothers, and we know they got the youth in their hands. They're young, they popping, they hot. They got, you know, they feel like the word is in their hands. hearing them talk like that is very refreshing, and we need it because our youth, like I'm going back to that, we need to see those influences, and we need to see that, okay, so I don't have to do that. Oh, you telling me I can do this instead. Okay, cool. We need that though. I definitely do need that.
Most definitely, bro. Man, thank you again for coming out, bro, and sharing these pieces of wisdom.
It's been a blessing.
Most definitely, man. Anything else you want to leave people with before we go?
Yeah. I think that I wanted to ask you this. I know you know this, son. Cause you made me think about this when you said Jesus. They asked, and I don't even know the exact quote, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but would you kill the messenger of God? You know, and that was like one of the questions. And then I think you know Elijah Muhammad asked this to somebody, and then he responded. The guy like, no, I would never kill the messenger. But yeah, when we kill the messenger of God, I think that's when things in our life go awry. You know, that's when things in our life go, you know, astray from where we're supposed to be. Our purpose is not being fulfilled. So I think that we should listen to those type of messages and then apply it to our lives on a daily basis when it comes up, because it comes up. I know it comes up for me sometimes. I'm like, man, am I clear? And then the way that it's worded is so wicked because, or so, you know, righteous because it's like the messenger of God. You know, I would never kill the messenger of God. But then when you start understanding and pulling back the layers, you start to realize like, oh wow, you know, you understand how powerful you are. It gives you a little more, you know, pump or like empty your step or whatever the phrase is. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Do not kill the messenger of God. You know, it's your brother Kimante. Peace.
Definitely make sure y'all go and follow Kimante on Instagram.
And follow my brother.
Most definitely.
Follow him, man.
For sure, man. He got a lot of good content on his channel. He definitely has the Creative Universe brand. Definitely go cop some merch. Definitely.
Please do.
Oh yeah.
We trying. Okay, something I want to say as well. I'm gonna be done for no more for me. The Creative Universe brand this year we're looking to 10x the whole thing. In order to do that, that means everything that we did this year has to, you know, to be 10 times that. So in order to do that, we need your help. But that means I need to be more, you know, I need to be seen. I got to do my part. So I'm grateful to you for letting me on your platform. I love your energy, man. You know, definitely got to get up and just hang on to my personal tip. It's like a cool individual. Every time we chopped it up, it's been very, very good vibes. This is one of the people that I look up to, just like liking his content, understanding his vision and his passion, and believing in him as well. So I wish you much success in 2021 as well. With your endeavors, you know what I'm saying? I believe that inshallah, we both will be on the top, you know, and you know, it's gonna be great, man. We're gonna have a lot of stories, a lot of conversations in the future.
Praise be to Allah, man.
Yes, sir.
It's only going up from here, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely make sure y'all go follow my man Kimante.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. Once again, we out here. Peace. That's gonna be a dope episode, bro.
It's your brother Kimante. Peace.